Hey everybody, this is Tony Justice, and we're hanging out today in Jefferson City, Missouri, at the PureFlow Technologies shop here, doing an AirDog fuel system on Purgatory today. This is Jay. Tell me your last name again. Armistead. He's the creator and the owner of PureFlow Technologies.
I'm just business development.
Business development.
Yeah, unfortunately, our inventor's been gone for a few years now, but yeah, he passed away in 16. But that's a long story.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to put it on the truck, and you just telling me about all the benefits that come with it, with the increased fuel mileage and helping your injectors last a lot longer and the performance of the truck. And so you was taking us through. You got a little display set up over here, and you was just showing us how it worked, and I thought it'd be pretty cool, if you wanted to, we could go over here and show the people watching how this works, so they can know what it's about, and you can explain your product to them a lot better than I can.
Absolutely,
probably.
It's always good to have a visual, so check it out. Sure. Yeah, so this is just a little kind of makeshift demo unit here, but as we kind of talked about earlier, so in stock form, your engine has a gear-driven transfer pump mounted at the front of the engine that does all the work of pulling fuel from the fuel tank. So no fuel pump works under just optimal efficiency if it's pulling under suction. So that's one of the things we're correcting, but also that gear driven pump is also pulling with it any impurities that come with fuel, including entrained air that builds up in fuel as it sloshes in the fuel tank and so forth while you're going down the road. So a big part of what we're doing is removing that entrained air from the fuel, and we're sending it back to the tank, ultimately feeding your engine with a clean supply of fuel with no air in it, so that we're just basically optimizing the fuel burn so that your injection system is performing at peak efficiency.
Yeah, that's cool. I know earlier when you had it turned on, as it removes the air, I know there was a small stream coming back down here going back into the tank. So it's actually returning that fuel, taking the air out, and returning the fuel back into your tanks, and I guess that's where it really comes in with helping with your fuel mileage.
That's a big part of it, yeah. So I'll kick it on here. We'll show you what we have going on. So give it just a moment here to build up a little bit. But so yeah, your engine of course has a fuel return. It draws in a lot more fuel than it actually consumes. So anything it doesn't consume in the injection cycle, it returns back to the fuel tank. So what we're doing on the inlet side here of our pump, we have an integrated lift pump here that does the work of pulling the fuel from the tank. So as you can see with just this small setup here, we're pulling in a bunch of air. I don't know if you can zoom in and see this, G, but we pull in quite a bit of air from the tank. So this is probably exaggerated, or we hope it is, compared to what you see going down the road, but this is kind of a worst case scenario. So
yeah,
we're pulling a bunch of air into the system here. We draw it in through our water separator, which removes moisture and any large particulates. Runs through our fuel pump over to the filter side, where the filter is on the pressure side now. We're feeding it with pressure. On this cat engine, we're running around 25, 27 psi at idle. So that's what's feeding your transfer pump. So we're using that pressure to force the air out of the system, basically through the filter element, out through our patented technology is really in this filter base. So that's why we're technology. So we're removing that entrained air. We send it back to the fuel tank, and you see just a trickle of fuel here that comes out of the outlet of our air discharge port under the base here. So that goes back to the fuel tank. So then on the outlet side of our pump, this is feeding your transfer pump. What's going to your injection system then is just a pure stream of fuel, no entrained air or any of the other impurities that we filtered out.
So it's just as pure as fuel as you can possibly get, basically going to your injectors, and it's a steady, consistent fuel pressure.
Exactly. Yeah. We're making sure that your transfer pump, when you get into higher RPM range, when you're downshifting, pulling hills, that sort of thing, we're making sure your system is never starved for fuel. Just always got a good supply of net positive pressure, so it's never operating under suction.
Well, I'm excited, to leave out here tonight. See how I know it's going to be a difference in the truck. I can't wait. We're going to document that as well. On Facebook, so y'all stay tuned. We'll keep doing some really cool stuff about it. I'll let you guys know how this is working for Purgatory.